Hello, everybody. My name's Samantha, and I'm here to give you a tour of, believe it or not, my first ever finished island. I usually give up on my islands before I've completed them, so this was a huge accomplishment for me. So here I am showing off my entrance and my land bridge. This has a name, but it's French, I think, and so I can't exactly remember what it's called, but it's the walkways that castles have for soldiers and things to just protect the area. And then here you'll see my farmer's market. I've got like a little bakery area, and then to the left there is a fabulous little wine stand from the winery at the back of the island that you guys will see later. Some jams and veggies and some fish back in the back. Yeah, it's so pretty. So this island is largely inspired by my honeymoon to Ireland. We went to just outside of Galway, and we stayed in a castle, and it was amazing. And so I knew I wanted to incorporate the castle, but I knew that, Ireland was such a lush place, and we were on the west coast, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it was so beautiful. So I wanted to include a lot of the nature with it, which is why I call it a natural castle core type of island. And here you'll see, I don't know what to call this area, I guess just a garden type of area. And I thought it was so beautiful, I just had to get it a perspective shot of it, like you're looking right at it, because it's beautiful. And hello, goodbye. And over to your left is my orchard, and I believe that that is Lyman's house. It's been a minute since I've been back on this island. And you have the fresh fruit water, the pear jelly, and this pear sign. Oh my gosh, I love this. I really liked pairing the metal with all the woods and natural kind of vibes. It just felt really organic. And then here's a little picnic area on my beach that leads to Leopold's house, and he is the island friendly neighbor who wants everybody to come over for a cookout. And I was very excited to see Sasha there, even though it's not his house. But yeah, I just thought that it would be really cute if all the villagers came over and he cooked for everybody, and it was a fun little neighborhood. So next up I have the natural cliffs, and this area is truly stunning. It's one of my favorite areas I've ever built. And I'm very excited to share it with everybody. So yeah, you see the wood crates, the flowers in the background, and you come up here, and this is just, it's going to be a sight to behold. Just wait, it's going to be great. You can see the windmills in the back, and as you go up the bridge, there's a beautiful lake, and look at that. I mean, come on. I have never, yeah, clearly I was shocked. I've never been a person that's really good at terraforming or making really pretty views, and that was my first one ever, and so I'm very in love with it. And then if you come over this way, there's a little reading spot that overlooks Benji's house, Benjamin. He's my favorite villager, which is why he has his own little island, and he can come up here and read. And he has a little fishing area to the left of his house, which I thought was really cute because he loves his food, because he's a lazy, so he's always got to have access to his food. Some statues just to kind of give it, like, you know, just that castle vibe, bringing that back in. And so there's going to be like lots of ruins up here to the left. Oh, and my peninsula was just the gazebo and a little picnic blanket underneath it. And yeah, here's like the ruins area with all of the different types of the decorated pillars. And then this is Sasha's house, of course, because of the carrots. And I just gave him a little nice area for some storage. And then the milk truck, it's very oddly placed, but I think I did that on accident. Like, I just dropped the items there to get them out of my pockets, and it stayed there. And you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Oh, and that area is, I made up a story that that's the first shipwreck on Paradis. And there's an informative statue over there that's supposed to be like a little commemorative sign. And here is the vineyard, which is, honest to God, my favorite place on this island. I love it so much. This area to the left, the wine tasting area, was inspired by Fleur's Crossing, Emma, one of her builds. I think hers was a bakery or a flower shop. I believe it was a flower shop. And so here are all of the grapes and the statue and the boat in the background, because you know it's a vineyard. Somebody's got to have a yacht. It's very high class, high brow, you know. Very important people come here. And I'm probably the only person who could ever get up this area, like would even notice it's there. So apologies if you visited my DA, because this view is also one of my favorites. Oh, look how beautiful that is. And I really liked, yeah, it was so beautiful. I had to take a photo. I really liked this time of day because the sky has like a light green tint to it in some areas. So I feel like it really brings out like the natural greens and things like that. And then a lot of the times that we were out in Ireland, it was really early in the morning and foggy and things like that. So it kind of gave it that similar vibe. This is another one of my favorite views. Amazing. I don't know how this came out of my brain. I really don't. I know I was inspired by somebody else's build on the left. So I don't want to take full credit for that. I can't exactly remember who it was though. And then the wardrobe, that was my idea. I really liked the doors to it. I thought it made the castle feel more vintagey. And then the stuff on the right, this whole area now is all stuff that just came from my brain that I just pulled items out of storage. This is my campsite. And there was a little spa at the end of the campsite, which was really nice. And just some more tents, and I like it overgrown, like it's, you know, it's the middle of summer. Nobody's been out there to mow the grass, and so, yeah. And then I have my little flower farm down here, and a little spot to rest and listen to music. And then up on those cliffs up there, and you're gonna see more of them in a bit, it's my Soldiers Memorial, and we'll talk more about that after we look at the drive-in, the movie drive-in. You can get a sneak peek of the dog park down there as well. All right, here's the drive-in movie theater, and you gotta have your snacks, you gotta have your cars, and then there's even a spot for people who didn't bring their cars. And so yeah, you can see more of the Soldiers Memorial up top, so the more overgrown decorative pillars are placed there, so that it gives it more like an ancient kind of vibe. And there's the dog park. The first person to sit in one of those seats was Daisy, so it was perfect. And Ione, being absolutely precious, she's outside of Tia's house, and then hers is that one in the back, and then to the right is Marshall's. And then yeah, this is just like a little hangout spot and a gas pump and some scooters. And here's Marshall's yard. It's a little coffee area. He makes his own coffee, grows his own beans. His idol is Brewster, if you must. A little duck pond next to Tia's house. And then Ione has her own beautiful pink flower garden. I just love that. And nobody better report me for this area, okay? I love this area. This is my dispensary. I mean, come on. How amazing is that? I loved this build because this was also kind of one of my own inspirations. Like I wasn't looking at anybody else's pictures or anything to kind of, you know, inspire me. I just kind of wanted to make it work for that area. And I had a little hidden smoke shop behind Ione's house. And then this is my house, and there's me, of course, my other me. Slightly lighter hair, so I can tell the difference, I suppose. And so I have a massive garden out here with a fountain. Welcome, says Sabine, my alter personality. And here's my garden. It's like a statue, flower, butterfly garden type of situation. And there's even a bunny back there. And yeah, you can kind of get back to the back of it, which is really nice for pictures and things like that. You can get a really good angle. Just be warned, if you sit on that bench in front of the Gallant statue, of what is going to be behind you, right above your head. So I made that mistake, and it was a gorgeous picture. And I was like, hang on, this is it might cross the bounds of what Instagram will allow. Sometimes Instagram is crazy about what they choose to take down. And here's my little post office. And of course, Ione wouldn't get out of the way. So yes, it is a little crowded up here, but I really wanted it to be just another walkway. And this has the viewpoint, another one of those viewpoints, some yachts down there, the castle and the cliffs in the background. I mean, this is just stunning. This is also another one of my favorite areas on the island, although it was a nightmare to do the terraforming down there. I just really couldn't figure it out. And then I call this my micro grocery shop, where all of the villagers can come and grab their groceries. And then this is another neighborhood, and you go down this way, and this is that lake that you overlooked on the left side of the island behind the orchard. So there's a painting area, a wash area, and then this is my neighborhood, a little wishing well and a camping site for Daisy, because she's one of my favorite villagers. My dog's name is Daisy Bean, and so of course I had to have Daisy on my island. Her temperament, being a normal villager, it's very much my Daisy as well. She has a very similar temperament to that, I would say. So another gallant statue. Is it Gallant? I bet it's, or Gallant? Somebody's gonna roast me for that, but I'm from Southern Ohio, okay? We don't know how to pronounce things, I promise. We really don't. And that was another look at Benjamin's house and a little pond area, seating. Oh, and this is the farm. This is one of the first builds I did on this island, and it's still one of my favorites. You got the sugar cane out front, the mums, and then down here are all of my crops, and they're kind of just spaced out, kind of odds and ends. And here I am showing you where this is in relation to the entrance, just so you could know where you were. And then if you come this way, outside of Able Sisters is a florist area, and I love that build. It made me very happy. I loved all the different colors being included there, because most of the rest of the island is very neutral, mostly greens and browns, and sometimes that stone. So it was really nice to incorporate some really bright colored flowers, which I do in another area, but this is Blather's research area, his private beach research area, okay? He's very fancy. He had requirements before he would come work on this island that he must have a private beach. And I mean, if you're Blathers and you're as smart, because clearly he has a PhD, clearly you would say, well, I have to have the perfect place to do my research. And what place would that be but the beach? And over here, you're overlooking my bathhouse area, which was kind of inspired by more like Greco-Roman bathhouses, not really Irish, but whatever. And down here, we have my nooks cranny and little areas to play games and have a snack, a little soccer field. Yes, these areas can be a little hard to navigate, and I apologize for that, but it just happens when your items are your island is as cluttered as mine. Back there were my showers that you could rinse off after going to the beach, or the bathhouse, the spa area, my rainbow garden. I know, wow, I'm going so fast. We have our area behind the bookshop, which is very, very fun. And it has yeah, I did that. Yeah, a secret tunnel, which is one of my favorite things ever to do with the pergolas. It's just amazing. And back here is my little carnival area. Here's where you buy your tickets. And you see Leopold and a little treat shop next to the teacup ride, a little bench to relax. There's a lot going on back here. And this might not be for everybody. I wasn't even entirely sure if I liked this, but I just went with it. It was one of my last builds on this island, and it was a build that I knew I really wanted to do. So I just ran with it. I do like the restroom area a lot. For some reason, I just really like that. It's like the realistic part of the carnival, I guess, because the rest of this is just not realistic at all. It's just so jam-packed, but I love it. Lots of colors going on again, and just a fun concept for me. And so here I am going back past the library and the magazine and bookshop. This is the resident services, and there's a little seating out there with a fountain. And we're back at Able. Now I'm showing you my map, and I know it doesn't look that appealing. That land bridge in the middle, it really just doesn't look great on the map, but I like it. I like it in person, so I'm going with it. This is the most terraforming I've ever done, which is crazy. But we have come to the end of the tour. We have covered the entire island, and I will have you guys know that I have a very funny story for you. During that secret tunnel scene, I forgot that I had placed that audio clip into my file, and so when I was recording, it came on and absolutely terrified me. I screamed and threw my headphones. So yeah, that was fun. If you liked this video, subscribe, like the video, and drop a comment on what your thoughts were about this island. I had a really fun time creating it, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.